Good morning everyone. Today in this video we are going to learn how to add or how to subtract the decimal numbers. Okay. So first of all, there are some essential questions which might come in your mind. Then the first question is, how do I add or subtract decimals? So the answer is, you have to always line up the decimal. Okay, we will learn in the next slides how to line up the decimals. Basically, when you do add or subtract, decimal should be below the decimal. All the decimals in all the numbers should be in one line. Okay. So next is, after that, what you need to do, you have to add or subtract like you always do in the lower classes or till now, how you are doing addition or subtraction. And then you have to bring decimal straight down in your answer. Wherever the decimal was earlier, you have to put the decimal again at that place only, right? So let's just see some examples. So first of all, we will learn the adding. So first example is 4.55. You have to add it with 11.3. So what is the first thing? You have to put the first number on the top of the second number and line up the decimals. So this is how we do this. So you can check the decimals here are in one line only. You can check here the decimals are in one line only, right? So here is the line where all the decimals are. Okay, so you have to line up the decimals, and now what will you do? You can add a 0 to help keep everything lined up. So wherever you don't have any digit, there is a free space, you can put 0 there. That is up to you. This is for only your convenience, right? So now we will do the simple addition or subtraction. So this was the sum of addition, so we will do it addition here. So again, and in the same line you will put the decimal in the answer also. So 5 plus 0 is 5, 5 plus 3 8. Then the decimal was below the decimal, and in the answer also decimal will be at the same place. Okay, then you have added 4 plus 1 5 and 1. So your answer is 15.85. Now there is one more example, 6.44 plus 16. So you can check here, in one number there is no decimal, but one number is a decimal number and other is not. So what you need to do? What we can do in this case, here where the decimals are not there, we can always, 16 can be written as 16.00. Any number can be written as, like if you have simply 15, so 15 can be written as 15.00. If you have only 6 can be written as 6.00. All the numbers which do not have decimal, it means the decimal is at the end, and always you can write all the numbers like this. 16 simply can be written as 16.00. So what will we do? Again we will line up the decimals. So 16, decimal is after 16 here. So 6.44 and then 16 point, you will put a 00. You have lined up the decimals, right? And now what you need to do? You have to add zeros to line up everything, right? So we have put it 0 there. So 16 point, you can put 2 zeros also, that is up to you. So now do the simple addition as you always do and put the decimal in the same line down. So just check. The main thing here is to check the decimal should be in one line, right? So you have done the simple addition and you got the answer 22.44. The main thing again I would like to tell you here is that decimal is in the same line, right? So always you have to set the number so that decimal always should be below the decimal. Now again let's take an example of subtraction. 5.34 minus 2.08. Again, you have to put the first number on the top, and second number you have to put like decimal should be below the decimal. You have to line up the decimal always. This is the main thing here. So you can check we have lined up the decimals. Again, at the same place, decimal will come down, right? So this is the subtraction. So you have to do the subtraction now. So we have done the subtraction now, and this is the subtraction of smaller number from the bigger number only, right? So we will always get a positive answer. So you have done the simple subtraction only. So you will got 3.26 is your answer. Now again there is one more example. Again 28 means decimal. Where is the decimal? 28, after the 28 there is decimal, so it will be written as 28 point. You can put zeros after 28 to line up everything. So below the number after decimal there were 3 places, so we have put it 3 zeros. So 28.000. You can put as many zeros as you want after decimal in any number, right? So simply do the subtraction. 0 will, when you take carry 1, 0 will become 10. So 10 minus 1 is 9. Then next 10. Simple. This is the simple subtraction. I hope all of you know how to do the subtraction. So this was the simple subtraction. Main thing again I want to tell you, just check we have put it all the decimals in one line. In the answer also decimal should be lined up, right? Again, we can see one more example. To add decimals, you have to follow the same steps. You have to add 1.452 to 1.3 now. So again, check what we need to do in the first step. You have to line up the decimals, right? You have to set the numbers one below the other so that decimals should be in one line. Then in the second number, you can fill up the zeros, and then simply we have added the numbers, right? So 1.452 and 1.300, so 4 plus 3 was 7, and at that place only we have put it the decimal, right? Here we have set the two numbers so that decimal should be in one line, right? So again, next example is 3.25, 0.075, and we have to add 5 in them. So again you will set the decimals so that the decimals, all the decimals should be in same line, right? So just check. Here again I have set all the decimals and all the decimals are at the same line. You can check it here also, right? And when we have added all these three numbers, you can check decimal is always below the decimal. And in the second step what we have done, 3.25 was there, right? And again to fill up the gaps we have put it zeros everywhere. Okay, and then the simple addition is done. Now just check the subtraction. Again 7.368, and you have to subtract 1.15, right? So again first is you have to line up the decimals. So again we have lined up the decimals, right? And then here there was nothing, so you can put 0 here. We have put it 0 here, right? And then again you have subtracted in a normal manner. 8 minus 0 is 8. 6 minus 5 gives you 1. Then 3 minus 1 gives you 2. So this is the simple subtraction. Just you have to, first step is important where you are setting the numbers one below the other and decimals should be below the decimal, and in the answer also you have to bring down the decimal at the same place. So this is the only difference of subtraction of normal numbers and the subtraction of decimal numbers. Thank you and have a nice day.